I'm the principal here, me and only me. You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these here every day.
What's going on, y'all? Back again with another video from a hotel room. Make sure you get one of these shirts on Tatum Store. Like and subscribe. Y'all already know what to do. I want to talk about this real quick because I normally bring up these issues because I'm sick of people playing the game and explaining or trying to expound upon this theology that America is a racist place. The funny thing is that America is such a non-racist place that people have to make up racism. Now, we already talked about AI and how AI is being, you know, I would think exemplified, and potentially it's going to grow into something crazy, which I think a lot of people already agree with. But this is an example of how the fake racism meets AI.
The audio clip is less than 60 seconds, long enough to completely upend a Baltimore area high school. In it, a voice is heard making racist remarks about black students' academic performance and anti-Semitic complaints about Jewish community members. For months, parents, teachers, and students believed it was a racist rant by Pikesville High School principal Eric Eiswart. But today, officials revealed that voice was generated by AI, and they've arrested the school's athletic director, 31-year-old Dazon Darian, for allegedly creating it.
Detectives allege Mr. Darian, who was the athletic director at the high school, made the recording to retaliate against the principal who had launched an investigation into the potential mishandling of school funds.
Police say Darian was arrested today while trying to board a flight to Houston, initially taken into custody for a gun in his bag when police discovered the outstanding warrant. He's now charged with disrupting school operations, along with theft, retaliating against a witness, and stalking. The clip was first circulated back in January and quickly went viral.
I, as a parent, am horrified, and as a rabbi, I'm quite disturbed.
It's hard to pay attention in class because, everybody was talking about it.
At the time, the principal denied ever making those remarks. Officials say the clip had, quote, profound repercussions, leading to the principal's temporary removal from the school. A fake recording with very real consequences, all sparking new concerns around the growth of AI.
Can you believe this? Can you believe somebody would have the gall to do this to another man's reputation for retaliation? It is insane. And it's always the case of a black man doing this to a white person. A black man faking like the N-word with spray paint on the side of his wall, on his locker. Another guy broke into his own bar, stole TVs, spray painted N-word everywhere. The cops show up and he got all the evidence in his van, the TVs, the spray paint. Man, if racism was so bad in America, then why do y'all have to make it up? Why do you have to recreate a false sense of racism? Look at this clip, man. Roll the clip.
I'm the principal here, me and only me. You know, I seriously don't understand why I have to constantly put up with these here every day. Between these ungrateful black kids who can't test their way out of a paper bag, or these teachers who don't get it, how hard is it to get these students to meet their grade level expectations? Lawrence and Ravenel should have never been hired. And don't let me get started on DJ. I'm going to drag his black ass out of here one way or another. I'm going to get something to stick. I'm just so sick of the inadequacies of these people. And if I have to get one more complaint from one more Jew in this community, I'm going to join the other side. Kathy, I'm done.
And shout out to my boy, the right-wing angel. But this is incredibly crazy. You know, this is my thoughts about it when it comes to black people in America. I hate that we have been convinced, brainwashed, and coerced into believing that this country is not geared towards and created for us. Now, I know back in the day, great grandma and them probably didn't have the same rights, didn't have the same feeling about America as we should. But right now, man, it's a different world. It's a different generation. This is a different theology. Our government system is completely different. There's laws in place that protect people from being protect you from people being racist against you, at least physically. Now, somebody can think in their mind. Who cares? Somebody cares what somebody think in their mind. Let them be an idiot. But as far as people actually doing something against you physically, hurting you, obstructing opportunities for you to have a job, those things are already dealt with in the law. And if you ask me, I think that over several years, I probably started in the 60s and 50s and 60s, that people have been overly compensating for black people, overly compensating for minorities, overly generous, overly accommodating with affirmative action, with now they trying to introduce DEI, Black Lives Matter. All these organizations had to spend all this money with black companies and put Black Lives Matter on basketball courts, people wearing on jerseys, and it was all a grift. But look at the over exaggeration that have been presented towards black people. I mean, we can go down the list of the killings. When white people get shot twice as much as black people do unarmed, and we don't see a single story about white people getting shot unarmed. You won't see a single story because nobody cares. Tony Temple died the same way George Floyd died, very similarly. Tony Temple, nobody even know who he is. George Floyd got 11 funerals. He was hoisted in a gold casket when your family members had to die alone because of COVID-19. They let celebrities fly from all across the world to be at George Floyd's funeral, and he getting buried in a gold casket. That is the double standard lunacy. But this is one example of many examples of people literally falsifying racist accusations in order to push an agenda.
Last week, an Indian-owned store in Charlotte, North Carolina was set afire. A rock thrown through the window and a racist note left behind. It read, quote, "We need to get rid of Muslims, Indians, and all immigrants." It was signed White America. This week, police arrested an African-American man after surveillance video showed him lighting the fire. In January, a black waitress in Virginia claimed a customer wrote on the receipt, quote, "Great service, don't tip black people."
Shocked. Very, very, very shocked.
The customer later maintained it was written by the waitress who was upset over her 1-cent tip for bad service.
The list of hate crime hoaxes is long. Now we must add this one to the tally. According to the Air Force Times, a black cadet admitted to writing the slurs, and he's since left the school. So what's the response when we see stories like these exposed as hoaxes? It's never as huge as the initial response was when we assumed that it was real, which only encourages more hoaxes. For the outrage over the crime is the only part the press seems to remember, not its debunking, which encourages the copycats, which is why we're doing this now, so people don't keep thinking this kind of thing pays off.
We have breaking news just in on a story that we brought to you earlier tonight. We told you about a 20-year-old Louisiana woman who claimed to have been attacked and set on fire by 3 men. Police just announced that the story was fabricated and that the burns were self-inflicted. Sharmika Moffat told police that she was walking through a park when she was attacked. She said that a group of 3 men wrote the initials KKK and a racial slur on the hood of her car.
An article posted on the Newswatch 33 website says 2 black teenagers were beaten to death by white supremacists in Myrtle Beach over the July 4th weekend. But police and city officials say nothing like that actually happened.
Well, there's no reason for that to exist. It's false. It's made up. I can't explain that.
Crua says, unfortunately, some people will believe the hoax. So Myrtle Beach police had to post on Facebook and Twitter, this story is false.
Victim to suspect. Jussie Smollett charged the stunning accusations against the Empire star. Hello, everybody. I'm Denise Koch.
And I'm Vic Carter. He's accused of staging what he called a homophobic and racist attack because he was dissatisfied with his Empire salary.
Jussie Smollett is indicted after turning himself into Chicago police overnight. Kenneth Craig reports for WJZ he is now charged with filing a false police report.
Former NFL player Edon Kaufman has been charged with staging a fake hate crime in Georgia. Gwinnett County police say Kaufman damaged his own business's property and spray-painted racial slurs, a swastika, and MAGA around the establishment to get insurance money, saying in a statement, quote, "It appears as though Edon conjured a premeditated plan to damage his own property, attempt to make it appear as a hate crime, file a claim with his insurance company, and sell off the undamaged appliances and electronics."
But this is one example of many examples of people literally falsifying racist accusations in order to push an agenda, in order to get a leg up, because they know people are going to jump on the bandwagon of, oh, the racist white man did this and did that. And I wish it to stop. And I hope he gets some jail time. Doing that to somebody, you deserve to go to jail for a long time, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not God. I'm not the justice system. But I think that people that do this need to get in trouble and lose it all and pay restitution to somebody who, in this principal, lost his job. And I'm sure he got death threats. And I'm sure his reputation was shot. And the man didn't even do that. The dude used the AI. And for all y'all that was on there posting and sharing this video, talking about that man should lose his job, look at the racist white man, y'all need to apologize. I'll wait. You can apologize in the comment section here if you like, or you need to go and make a video because you made a video about how racist this guy was. Make a video saying that it was all a fraud. It was a Bubba Wallace. It was all these other scenarios that alludes to fraudulent behavior. But anyway, they knocking on my door. I got to get up out of here. I'll see y'all in the next one.